All right, finding my buttons. Okay, I think I found the button to start the stream.
Yeah.
Victory.
This and that. All right, I need to post on Instagram.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh
go
my
for
god.
It. Oh,
Wait, I can hear myself. Is that normal?
well, it's because we started stream. So yeah.
Oh,
Are you doubled
I'm a little
though?
confused right now.
Are you
I
okay?
don't know.
Okay.
Where are you? Oh, so we're talking and then the thing's playing in the background.
Yeah.
But you can't see
You
us.
won't see me, although I can change that.
Okay. No, it's just I was just.
Oh, I see.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. That I understand that totally. Yeah. So what I do is I send out the entire program feed out on Discord. So when the scenes change, you see that change too. So currently my face is changed to that of a hamburger, and so but hopefully that'll be all right. What's up, Crickster82? What's up? Good to see you again. Welcome. Nice to see you. Says
all right.
Crickster says hello, friend.
I'm gonna want to post this on Instagram. Say hello to people.
Dig it. Yeah, we're very busy week for us over here on the Sandwich Show. 3 interviews for the price of 1. And this is the first.
3? Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a busy week, but it's exciting. I'm really excited about everybody we're bringing on tonight, including yourself, of course. Crickster is such a delicious hamburger face. I don't mind. I resemble that remark. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, I do really like the sandwich choice tonight. I was gonna go dessert, but I ran out of time to go get dessert things at the store, so I ended up getting my second option, which is staring me at the face, and it looks very delightful. So we're gonna do it. So, whew. But yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for Rick. Thank you so much for getting the word out on Instagram and other and Discord and other places. You know, that's means a lot. So it's very nice to have you here. And I do hope you are staying warm. It's still pretty cold in a lot of places right now. So
it is, and we actually have a snowstorm right now. So it's a bit snowy, and staying inside.
Yeah. No, I hear it. I got you. Yeah, I mean it's a smart thing to do, and thankfully the heater is working. It sounds like, so that's good. Yeah, good deal.
Yes, it's quite warm inside. Do appreciate that.
Yeah, that's when you get your appreciation for your sweaters and your boots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm wearing a sweater right now.
Yeah, for sure. I got you. Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live in Los Angeles, so snowstorms don't happen here very much at all. Probably never. But
you don't even know what those are.
No, I don't.
What's a snowflake?
What's snow?
You mean sand? You mean the beach?
Oh, I love it.
You mean ice cream?
Sometimes it's ice cream. Ice cream is good.
It's basically if like ice cream is outside all over the place and then just blowing coldness into your face. It's really nice. It's fantastic. Love it.
Sounds like you could something you could live in year round.
Yeah, No, thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like that's not for everybody or even most people. So
it's definitely not for me. But
I feel
here I am anyways.
All right, I think it's about that time. I will give everyone time to file in and find their seats and everything, but thank you all for being part of this. Let's go. Yep, pump it up, everybody. Good to see you all. Well, hello. Welcome to the Sandwich Show. I am Davey. I am your host tonight. And this is our weekly journey of creators on Twitch. And we feature someone from the platform and other platforms every week. This week is a special week. We're going to be featuring 3 interviews this week rather than the usual 1. And later in the week, you're going to be hearing from Sarah Cameron Music and Maker Plays. Both of them play music, and both of them do all sorts of fun things on stream. So stay with us all week. We'll have some really fun times with them. Tonight, we have an awesome, very engaging, entertaining guest, and someone we had recently on the Super Mega Trivia Challenge. He's a good friend of our friend, the LG Music, singer-songwriter, based out of our friends to the north in Ontario, I believe. And we say hello to our good friend, Rick Davoice. Welcome, friend. Nice to have you on the show. How's
Hey,
it going?
Davey.
Hi.
Thanks for having me. I'm doing fantastic.
I've.
You got a good lineup this week. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. I mean, I think
I love Maker.
it's an exciting week for sure. And I've been looking forward to having you on the program too, because like I have seen you do your thing with LG, aka our friend the LG Music.
Yep.
And you do a podcast called The Banana Taco Show, where your two interests collide, and you get into all sorts of things under the sun. It's really cool.
I don't even remember how that started either. Like it was, I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about doing a podcast for a long time, like 2 years, even more, I think. With like Chris Fox and Joey BG Live. But
yeah.
I don't know why LG and I were just like, hey, we should do something. I think he might have been on yours at some point, and I was just like, hey, we should talk at some point. And then I don't know if it was me or him that said the Banana Taco Show, but it's almost better when it's like you don't know the history.
No, 100%. Hey, speaking of which, what's up, LG? So good to see you. It says, wait, is this about me? Thank you so much for your 35-month resub as well. Hey, Dallas Harlow Music is in here too. What's up? Give some shout outs to both. LG, great to see you. Dallas, good to see you too. And Rick, great to see you, of course. Yeah, and regardless of how it started, it has been a really fun, and the chemistry between you has been really great. It is interesting that you've known each other and you've come off, you've riffed off each other so well. I mean, when you both met, did you foresee this kind of partnership over time?
When did we? I do remember the first time I saw LG, and this is before like the Pool Boys, before we like Joey and Chris Fox, we all started talking. I remember he was on a charity train. I think it was for, what is the No Kid Hungry, I think? 2022 LG, is that possible? I'm pretty sure I was just watching the train and I saw LG and I was like, hey, that's that guy. And he had some pretty cool music. We play a lot of the same music. And yeah, just a couple months later, we connected pretty quickly and we still have our chats where we talk almost every couple days.
Yeah, that's all. That is kind of cool. You have a good thing going if you're able to chat with that person every single day. I mean, that's special for sure.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. It's cool because we like Joey and I, we like talk a lot, and we go through life and life happens, and we're kind of a little support system at the same time. So that's pretty sweet.
No, that's huge. It's huge. I forgot to mention this. Happy Mardi Gras, Rick. Like it is Mardi Gras around the world, and so
is it?
Yep. That means pancakes.
What's Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras is just it's French for Fat Tuesday. It's a celebration.
I mean, yeah. I guess I know that. I'm French actually. My first language is French, but I don't know what Mardi Gras entails.
I don't exactly know what it entails. All I know about
beads involved.
Beads and pancakes. That's right.
Okay. I didn't know about the pancakes.
I feel like as long as you know that there are beads and there are pancakes, that's some important stuff, and then the rest of it
that's all you need to know.
Kind of falls into place, yeah. But it sounds
like 1 day a year.
1 day a year, because it's like the opening ceremony to Lenten season, at least in Catholic cultures it is, because Ash Wednesday the next day. But
okay.
I don't know exactly what this, like, who, it's a religious thing, but I don't know exactly what this specific purpose is. But it does seem like a really fun time, and maybe one day any of us could be part of that fun time. Alleged debauchery. Right. Yeah. Absolutely, Dallas.
It doesn't seem very religious when you no,
it's like watch videos. So. It's the antithesis of
it's
religion.
Like the opposite. Yeah, exactly. When you said it's religious, I was like, "Are you sure? Is that what Jesus wanted?"
They're just getting it all out of the system before the sobering of Ash Wednesday. I think that's the premise behind that.
That makes sense. That's cool.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, Dallas, thank you for your 4-month resub as well. So nice to see you in tonight. We have this is like already like I've already counted like 5 talented people in the chat, including Crickster, because Crickster's got the artistry involved. Yeah, it's like the start of Lent leading to Easter. Nice. Yeah. Lent is not. There's no debauchery during Lent. It's just like there's fasting. There's no eating meat if you're in a Catholic culture, stuff like that. Right. But anyway. it's preceded by this, which is apparently very wild times, evoking the spirit of like spring break and stuff like that. Which um, I don't know if I've never done a
Yeah.
spring break. I don't know. Have you partake? Did you ever? Is that a thing in Canada? Like, do people do spring break in Canada? Like I
Like,
can.
do you mean specifically like going down south to like Florida and partying and drinking and all that stuff?
Yeah, that nonsense.
Yeah, no. Like we have spring break where we have a week off in March or something, but
Okay.
we just hang out.
Okay.
I
Good.
was never part of that like crew, I guess, but I'm sure a lot of people in Canada do go down
Okay.
south.
Yeah. Well, I always get the idea that the people who go down are from pretty well-to-do families. It's like nobody in my family ever did stuff like that. We didn't have money for that.
Mm.
Like, we had to
No,
work.
I assumed it was just an American thing too, so I
Yeah.
guess not.
I thought that it might have been just an American thing too. It's just like just kind of. Yeah, I'm not gonna get any further into that, but you know what I mean. Like it just seems like the
I
people.
think LG goes all the time.
Yeah. Probably has beads and stuff from that too. I don't know if they have beads
For
in spring
sure
break.
he does. For sure. He's got taco beads.
Taco beads. Lego. Dallas says, I'm not Catholic, but I do love Lenten fish Fridays. Though, you know,
Beads collection.
that does actually sound pretty tasty right now. So, like, there's definitely a silver lining to it. Like, that's not bad. If a beads collection, like Pokemon, like bead catch, like is that what you're doing? Like, that's pretty good. Now you mentioned the kind of music that you play, and you're right. Like, you get into a lot of the emo, the 2000s, maybe 90s too. I'm not exactly sure, but like, is
Yeah,
that's kind of
so.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, how long have you been playing music in general? Like, how far back do you go with playing music, either IRL or on stream or otherwise?
Right. If you don't count like playing the recorder in school and stuff,
Okay.
like I'm not gonna count school music. Guitar I was I guess 14 years old. I started playing that when I was 14. I think I started a band pretty recently after
Mhm,
that. And
mhm.
then, I did a lot of gigging in my late teens and early 20s and stuff. And yeah, so it's been quite a long time playing guitar, playing, singing and stuff. Piano was 2019, so that's still fairly new-ish. I mean, I guess it's already 6 years, but
Mhm.
um, yeah. So it was a lot of IRL stuff until I learned about Twitch and streaming and stuff, and I really like it a lot, not gonna lie. Even though I don't do it a lot, and my community always makes fun of me for not streaming, but I do enjoy it when I do it.
I have heard this. I have heard about this, and it's a thing. Yeah, that's right.
It just makes it special, right? Every time I stream, everyone's like, the whole world is like, Rick's online, let's do it. And then I disappear for a few months, because if you're streaming too often, people are gonna be like, oh, Rick's alive again.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, if you're on too many times, people will take you for granted. So, like, it's gotta be like
Yeah,
it's gotta be like
exactly.
the turning of the moon, or like the swans
Yep,
leaping
yep.
Capistrano. Rick is streaming. Yeah, Rick, get over to the channel.
Exactly. Everyone's busy with their families. They're like, no, we gotta skip on dinner tonight. Rick's live.
It's like, yeah,
That's my whole point, really. People think I keep giving excuses like my vocal cords and stuff, but no, it's really just it's a strategy.
built up anticipation, like Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Well, like maybe
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe before.
Maybe
Disney.
before.
No.
A little different
I was
now.
gonna say, isn't there like one every week now?
For real, like it's like there's always a new Star Wars thing like every week now. Like I can't. It's hard
I
to keep
know.
up. Them and Marvel is like hard to keep
I haven't
up.
followed them.
I just same.
Yeah, I
Like,
never got into Marvel, so that I'm kind of safe with that. But Star Wars, I did enjoy.
yeah. OG trilogy though is where
Although-
it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. The
Yeah.
movies, I think they're more where it's at. The shows are okay, but I
Mhm.
haven't watched all of them, and a lot of them I don't. They're okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are different ranges of like how the different types of shows. The Mandalorian is definitely probably one of the better ones, and then
Yeah,
it goes from there. But yeah.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, friends.
I haven't even watched the last season of The Mandalorian.
You know what? I don't think I've watched it either. I saw Book of Boba.
I feel like no one has.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
I'm telling you, like it's
Everyone's like the first two seasons of Mandalorian's like the best thing in the world, and then no one's watched the third one.
yeah, and I'm what I'm hearing about it isn't encouraging. I'm like, maybe that's the reason why I haven't
Yeah, I
watched
know.
it. Maybe
Maybe
maybe I'll wait till,
that could be it.
yeah, until later. Now
Exactly.
that's super good. Like, what are your favorite things? What do you get into TV wise? Like, what are some of your favorite TV shows right now?
TV wise, and I'm super embarrassed, but right now I'm watching Love Is Blind.
Oh, really?
It's an amazing TV show
That's
about
something.
people
Wow.
who are
Okay.
stupid.
No, I've heard, and I know all about it because LG has shared a lot of anecdotes from that show too.
Well, okay, I'm gonna blame LG for this one because I wasn't. I was. This is not all I watch, by the way. I'm gonna go into like what I actually like, but like with my ex, we used to watch it, and then I ended up like living alone, and LG was starting to talking about Love Is Blind and whatever. So I was like, all right, I'll start watching it. But it's just so addicting to watch these people and how their brains work sometimes. And I hadn't watched it in like 2 years or something. And LG like 3 weeks ago was like, Rick, did you watch the new season of Love Is Blind? There's a dude in there that does this and this and this. And I was like, I don't know if I want to watch it. And then minutes later, I was watching the whole season.
No, I hear it. LG says Love Is Bland hype. Yeah, I think I got Rick into that show.
Bland.
Indeed.
I was into it before, but he definitely like when I try to get away, he brings me back in.
Oh, that's so funny.
In terms of like regular TV shows, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'd say is probably my favorite show.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny, that kind of stuff, and The Office and stuff like that. Game of Thrones, I was a huge fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean those are great.
My
those
tops.
are great shows. Great picks all. Yeah.
Those are my, what do they call them? Island shows, when you can only bring 3 shows to an island.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Island questions are good questions. Like I actually sussed that out too. Like favorite movie. If you could bring one movie for you, if you could bring one album, like or 2 albums or 3. Yeah. So you have that all figured out, like albums too and movies?
Oof. Oh man, that's a good question. There's so many albums that I say they're like my top 10 albums, but it's so hard to give like one specific one. It'd probably be a Blink album, to be fair. Probably the Untitled one.
Yeah. I think. Oh man, yeah. Blink it's got what a career. I think it's a good call because you just go with the music that makes you happy. Like I think it's solid.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I have a good answer for this yet. I can't decide. Like
there's just so much good stuff, and it depends on your mood, and it depends on where you're at in your life, and
it's always gonna change. Like I would have given you a different answer 10 years ago for sure. Like
not me. It's been 20 years. This is what's funny. Like I'm obviously a big Blink fan, and like so is LG, and like I still listen to them quite often. And when they got back together, I was super into them. But then if I'm like meeting new people and they're like, oh, like what do you listen to? I'm like, oh, I listen to like Blink, and they're like, oh, cool. I used to listen to that when I was a teen. I'm like, well, I'm almost 37 and I still listen to that. So
I don't think there's a shame in that.
You're not making me feel better. There's no shame. I don't care at all.
Yeah.
It's just funny how they're like, yeah, I used to listen to that when I was a teenager, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know they think they're above it or something like that. It's like, nah, come on. Yeah. You love it. You love it.
Still relevant.
All you have to do is tell and then they'll say small things, and then they'll be back into it, just like you.
Exactly.
Dallas says that's how I'm with 90s punk. Oh, for sure. Not a phase.
It's not a phase.
It's not a phase.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Absolutely right. But that's really cool. Have you seen them live? Have you seen them in person?
I saw them twice. I saw Plus 44. I saw Angels and Airways, but I have not seen them since 2011.
Okay. Yeah.
They came around. I know LG saw them, but like tickets are so freaking expensive.
Yeah.
I did buy Oasis tickets, which I like splurged on a bit because that's a different story.
Oh wow! I mean, I imagine the odds of seeing them again would be really low after that. So it seems reasonable to me.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
It was definitely more than I wanted, but I've also paid more to see other people in the past, so it's all good.
Yeah.
The Blink, like I've seen Blink enough times, and I don't know, it just wasn't as crazy to me to go see them, even though I was pretty jealous. But I don't know.
No, I see what you mean. I had never seen them before, but last summer LG mentions this too in the chat. I got a chance to go join LG and Pasa to go see them in San Diego, which is really cool. Like it's a homecoming.
That's awesome.
I bought into tickets a lot later though, so I couldn't sit at the exact same spot they were in, but it's still pretty cool.
Okay.
We got to still hang out like before and after, and even during the breaks. Like it was pretty neat. So
Was that your first time seeing LG?
No, we've seen. I think I saw LG like maybe a couple years before that here in LA. That was really fun. And then,
Okay.
so that would have been, I think, the second time that we saw each other in person. And hopefully not the last. I think I mean, if I'm ever around New Mexico, I'm absolutely hitting him up. Like, yo, let's go get some green chili and tacos. Like, and it'd be really great. But yeah, no, those guys are amazing. Like, they were like almost like in their they're close to 50 now, and they can still rock out like that. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark's in his 50s. I think Tom's like edging 50s.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's 50, 49, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they've been around a while. That's the thing. It's like they've been around a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But amazing stuff.
Long time.
No, it was really cool to see. It was really cool to see the crowd, come through too. You wouldn't expect anything less in San Diego, of course, but it was still really cool to see that.
I do remember in 2009. So they broke up in 2005 for a couple of years, and that's when they did like Plus 44 and Angels and Airways. They got back together in 2009. They played a show in Montreal, and me and my buddy went, and we stayed all day, like in the front row, like in the outside waiting in line, and it was like such a crazy day. And then like I think Fall Out Boy started playing, were opening for them, and they played. And then when they were done, or no, it was even before Fall Out Boy. Mark just walked on stage. And the crowd was like berserk. Like everyone was falling to the ground. It was like Mark's just like walking on stage, but like people were so friggin' into Blink, and it was such a monumental thing that they were back together. Like the first time they got back together.
Oh,
in
wow.
2009.
Okay, that's huge. You're right, because like think about what had happened in the interim, right? Like they miss those folks. Like like that's huge. And sometimes you don't even know if they're going to come back together, because like you're talking about huge personalities in a band like that, right? So it's like nobody knows.
For sure.
So it's wonderful they've kept it together since that time too. Because I heard at one point LG was filling me in on all this. Like, I think either Travis Barker or somebody else was replaced by somebody else for like a couple years. Oh no, it was Tom DeLonge. Yeah. So like they had a different third man. They had a different person to replace Tom for a few years. So there's a whole like timeline.
Matt Skiba.
Yeah, Matt Skiba. I don't know how he would compare. I mean, obviously he doesn't, but I mean, it's like, but was it still pretty good?
Yeah, I liked it. I think a lot of people didn't enjoy the albums that he was on, but I enjoyed them a lot. Cool. I think he's very talented.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine.
I was just gonna say, like, I love Tom. Like, he's like one of my heroes, but he's an interesting dude. And live, he's not sharp. He's pretty, like, sometimes it's hard to listen to. But yeah, but Tom has that charm, or that Blink attitude to it.
Oh yeah. No, it took some getting used to, but as you said, like, it's understandable. Like, we know he's an odd duck, and always has been from the start. Yeah,
for sure.
California album is one of my favorite Blink albums. That was the first one with Matt Skiba. Oh, neat.
Yeah, that was a good album, because they kind of like went back to their roots without like the happy Blink times, like Enema of the State and Take Off Your Pants. Because after that, Blink had a couple like more dark albums, which I've absolutely loved. But California was definitely like a bit of a like upbeat surf California kind of vibe.
I think King came in on Take Off Your Pants.
I have pants on.
Hi, King. It's good to see you. What's up, my friend? Thank you for joining in. Our guest tonight is Rick Davoice, who is a singer-songwriter and
hello,
and an avid fan of the pop punk genre, including Blink-182 and many others. When it comes to, should we do the sandwiches and then ask the question about original music? Because or do you want to do the original music question?
Do what you want. You said at 20 minutes you do sandwiches, so it's up to you.
Okay, let's do it. All right, folks. So once again, it is time for the Sandwich of the Week. Hi. Sandwich of the Week. Let's go over to Rick. Rick, do you have a sandwich tonight for us, or?
No, so that's the thing. I thought about it because I was in the office, and there's a couple like cool places that I think I told you I was vegan. There's a cool places with like bao and stuff, but there was a snowstorm, so I left work early. So I do not. I could make a PB&J sandwich, but I don't know.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
This is your time. I
appreciate you. And it's fine, because I know we have a short schedule. We have a tighter schedule tonight, so that's fine. We can go with the sandwich I've got, which is a grilled Gouda GG sandwich. The grilled Gouda, and it's extra toasted just because I left it out there too long. But there you go, Fritos tonight, and I've added Tabasco. Rick, I don't know if you fancy yourself as a connoisseur of spicy food, but
Not really.
oh, okay,
I would not say I am.
okay. Well, I'll take a quick bite of this.
I mean, I know what Tabasco is.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. You know, it's big in Louisiana, also the home of
Is it? Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. It's all connected. So, what's the origins of sandwiches?
Oh, my origin story. Okay, great question.
Yeah. I don't know if this is just a chat or you're asking me questions. I want to know.
I'd love to answer that for you. So the reason my name is Davey's Eating a Sandwich is because my cousin, my cousin Firelord Critch, he was an incredible soul, of course. But many years ago, we would be eating at parties, and one time I was eating a sandwich, and he started this chant, and he says, "Davey's eating a sandwich," just to be silly, and everybody just started cackling and laughing, and I would just be looking over like, I'd be like that, like what is going on? He's like, "Davey's eating a sandwich," and that just snowballed in the whole thing. And then I was having a hot dog one time, and he was like, "Davey's eating a hot dog," or "Davey's eating a pizza," "Davey's having a donut," And that was just all anyone would chant for like several weeks. And then they started a Facebook group called Davey's Eating a Sandwich. And it would just be pictures of me eating a sandwich. And then my cousin would write in large letters, "Davey's eating a sandwich" as the caption. So this moniker is something I decided to use later when Christian, my cousin, decided to start a Discord thing. So we were on Discord. This was years ago. It was way before the pandemic or anything else. And so because we, people do gaming streams and they collab on Discord just to chat with each other and whatever. So I registered as Davey's Eating a Sandwich on that. When I joined Twitch, I had been doing a podcast for a while, but I was using a different name for that. Using my regular name, but when I came onto Twitch, I'm like, what kind of handle should I use for Twitch? And I'm like, well, Davey's Eating a Sandwich is ridiculous, so let's just go with that. And I just thought that'd be hilarious. And also because I already had the handle on Discord, so I'm like, let's just use it. That way, that's less work for me. And then the rest is history. So that's how I got the brand of Davey's Eating a Sandwich.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I like those stories.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
A lot of people on Twitch, they have this kind of similar origin stories where like just someone else kind of said something at some point and
yeah, for sure,
it's stuck.
It's remarkable. Like it's sometimes you don't. Is sandwich my favorite food? I mean, I guess I'd say now, yeah, but it was one of my. It's been one of my favorite foods for sure, but it was not single-handedly the single favorite for much of my life. It was one of them.
Right.
I didn't have a specific favorite food at that point, but now that it's my brand, it's hard for me not to love it. But I've always loved sandwiches. Like that's always been the thing. But
yeah,
it's
they're awesome.
And I think I'll spin. Well, let me say hello. I love Keemstar. Welcome in, and thank you for the follow. It's nice to have you here. LG asks, wait, does Facebook groups exist still? I looked for it. I do not think it exists anymore, unfortunately. I really wanted. I know, right? I really wanted to find it. I was like, this would have been a scream. I would have loved to show that to everybody. But yeah. So now I'll spin it back to you. I know you've told the story before, but your identifier is the banana guy. I know.
I knew this question. When I asked the question about sandwiches, I was like, wait, I'm probably gonna get asked the same question. Yeah. No, I love this story. There's a lot in the story. There's romance. There's sadness. No, I'm kidding. It's very random. I just used to eat a lot of bananas and still kind of do. Like, bananas are so easy, right? You buy a bunch, they're cheap. And I used to put them in like oatmeal. Well, I still put them in oatmeal, put them in smoothies, just having So when I think it's stuck is when I used to be in a band and we used to take like videos of us jamming, and I'd bring bananas to like snack on because they're easy to eat. And we did a music video at one point and had a banana and just started like playing around with that, and like so bananas kind of was recurring in that sense. And then I started my own solo career and like made a music video and added bananas there. So it kind of just snowballed into like me bringing bananas into videos. And then when I started Twitch, it took a lot. Like at the beginning, it wasn't about bananas at all. I think my first stream, actually, I did mention at some point, I was like, should I make banana emotes, something like that? And then it took like months before I actually like decided to make the emotes and stuff, and it kind of just snowballed from there.
It is such. I've heard this story. I think it's part of the story before. It never gets old for me. I think it's just a great origin story. So thank you for sharing that too.
And people also, they ask like, do you actually eat that many bananas? Blah blah. And like, here's a story. That's a true story. At one point, I was babysitting my ex's nephews, and it was like 7 or 8 p.m. It was a night, and I get a phone call. I'm like, hello, and it was my doctor. And it was my doctor's assistant, and they're like, yeah, we're just calling in because like your blood work has a lot of like potassium. We're wondering if you're on potassium pills. I was like, no, I'm not, and they're like, okay, like your levels are high, but we just want to make sure you didn't have like, you weren't on pills, because we would have said like, stop doing that. So I guess I was eating so many bananas that my potassium levels were so high that my doctor was even like, oh, this is interesting enough to like call me at night.
Wow. Is that necessarily a problem
Yeah.
though, having too much potassium? Like, what are the pratfalls?
He said it was fine.
Okay.
I think I literally said like, yeah, I think I eat a lot of bananas. Maybe that's why. But they didn't say like you had to reduce or anything.
Yeah, Keemstar says, yeah, Doc will have you for that. Okay, I guess that is a thing. King says, bring it back, meaning the Facebook group. That's great. I want to welcome Maker Plays to our chat. Welcome, Maker Plays. It's always good to have you here, Mark. We are excited to have you on the program too. And
what day is Mark on?
Mark is on Saturday. So now
Saturday.
That's going to be interesting because of something else that we're going to be talking about in a minute. But we will hopefully align our tribes at some point during the day, because I understand that on Saturday you are going to be part of New Tune Showcase with
that's right, Saturday.
That's beautiful. And hosting the New Tune Showcase on that day will be our good friend the LG Music. But what an awesome time that should be, because every time I see it, like, it's just so much fun, so many stories, a lot of great originals, and then a new original which is generated by Song Prompt. And
yeah,
Rick having some experience. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, there's often so many emotions happening during these times. Like every time I watch it or whatever, they get very deep with these prompts and stuff. And LG came up with a really good one too. It's fine. Can I say it? I don't know. I'm gonna say it anyways. Finding yourself. And yeah, I feel like that's gonna be kind of an intense topic.
No, that's fair for sure. Royce Lee, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome in. Nice to have you join us.
Welcome in.
Maker says, "Oh, is NTS this weekend?" It is. I didn't know.
It is.
I didn't know. That was my bad. But we're really excited. I know Maker's also a big supporter of that show as well, and it's pretty cool. And I'm very excited for the things that'll happen, and it's really cool to see new names show up on the series as well. Like we've seen people from
sure.
Was it Rory Kelly, I think, who was on a recent one? That was pretty cool to see. And I know that Steggy's been on there, and I've been on there, right, which at one point. So it's really fun. And LG says Rick wrote.
Yeah.
Wait, is this true? Rick wrote a song about finding himself a banana?
So I told LG at first, because well, I forget exactly what happened, but I was like, LG, I should write a song about bananas. And then he was like, the topic is finding yourself. And then I said, like, yeah, my song's going to be called Finding Myself Eating Bananas or something like that. Finding myself in a sea of bananas or something like that. But that's not going to be the song that I'm going to sing.
I hope you do sing that song eventually, though. That sounds like a fun song.
I feel like I did maybe record a snippet at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a lot. Like, LG asked me, and like I've been saying no to a lot of Twitch things because vocal cord issues and stuff that I'm working through. And But LG was like, hey, I'm hosting. Do you want to be part of it? I was like, I can't say no to LG. I'm coming in. It's all good.
And
We
what?
joked that he should sing one verse to that song and then be like, "I'm just kidding." Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I already forget what the melody is. So
Yeah.
too late.
Well, I'm excited for you. That's really, really great. I mean, I know. Now, how many times have you been on New Tune prior to this one?
I did one in December 2022,
Okay.
and then I hosted the one in August 2023. So it's been a year and a half since I've been on the show.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Like, I can't believe that was a year and a half ago.
Time really flies, right? Like, it's just funny how, like...
It does, yeah. Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Forces me to write another song, so sometimes sometimes you need a kick in the butt.
And I've personally seen, like, some really amazing, like, even, like, signature songs. Like, songs that define the artist in some cases come out of the series.
Right.
Like, it's amazing. Like, LG had one. Like, it was called The Best Thing. The Best Thing. Yeah. The Best Thing is really great. So I think it's super cool. Like, I'm excited to hear what you have. And by the way, folks, you can also catch the VOD of the New Tune Showcase. So even if you can't make it in real time, you can go to the Together Wherever Music channel here. Here's the command, and go check out the VOD if you cannot make it. But if you can, even better. And then I know that there's going to be. I know that there always is a split of the hype generated from the stream towards the artist, which is a really cool gesture. Like, that's really, really good, really good. So, Rick, let me go queue up oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say Irene's really good at like building community and stuff. So
yeah,
very appreciated what all the work she does. And then she's like bringing back the Together Wherever raid trains too, and that I was part of it last month, and that was so much fun.
Oh, nice! Like, how was the vibe of that? Like, how was the vibe of doing a show?
It was so fun.
Nice.
It was yeah. I hadn't done a raid train in a long time too, but yeah, it's fun. Every time I stream, I'm like, I should stream more, but gotta keep people waiting. No, I'm kidding. I want to stream more, but it's just hard. There's a lot of stuff going on, and
yeah.
Streaming's not it's not necessarily easy. It's a lot of setup and tear down, and it takes a lot of time. It's a big commitment.
That's true. I mean, one thing I saw you do one time, and I've seen other streamers do the same thing, is like sometimes for the shows in between, you can do gaming streams, just kind of like just to keep yourself active, but not have to go all in with like setting up the stream gear and what have you.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about those. Like they're fun, but they're just not the same as music.
Yeah, that's understandable. Totally different vibes, right? Like, it's just a completely different mindset that goes into it. So yeah,
exactly. Like I thought about maybe doing a second channel for that, but I don't know.
That's a commitment too, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So,
yeah.
I'll just I don't know. I just basically what I do in life is I just do what I want whenever I feel like it.
Honestly,
and that's kind of my motto.
I mean, if it's good for your mental health, I think I'm for that. You know, you have to go with what works for your schedule, what you're comfortable with. So
exactly. And that's how I kind of approach a lot of music projects. Like I was in the band before, and it's like when you're too much doing something, the recording album, and it's like we got to go in 2 times a week, you get burnt out, and I just want to do other things. So I kind of rotate between things. Like I'll rotate between like writing a song and recording a song, or playing on Twitch, or doing something else, or open mics. Like I think that keeps it fresh too. You're not always doing the same thing. You're kind of it's all in music, but it's all kind of different.
Right.
Keeps you interested.
Totally. Enjoy your lurk, LG. Thank you for joining us for a little bit. I know LG says he'll be right back.
LG.
Super cool. Here is the New Tune Showcase we're talking about, coming up on March the 8th at 3:00 Eastern. So if you've got a tab for it, I say fire it up. The lineup is great though. Tom Thomas actually is someone I just found out about, and they raided into here recently, and our friend Tom is very good too. And then of course our friend Rick, LG's hosting, Taki Trina Tunes, and then the co-founder of the Together Wherever organization, Irene Pena Music. So look at that lineup. It's like, what a lineup.
What a lineup. I should be beside LG, but that's fine. But also, I don't know if you noticed, but 3 of these people were winners of the of your game night, of your trivia night.
That's right. That's right. Bump that up too. There you go.
You don't see Steve Ferdane on there.
We are so lucky he's streaming right now.
It's true. It's true. I noticed that too.
Amazing.
I keep bugging him too. I keep being like, Ferdan, you should have picked me in LG, but you didn't. That's what you get.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like we need a rematch. It sounds like we need a rematch. Am I right? Like we.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so not good at trivia. I'm not good at trivia.
You did have your moment though.
Ferdan is actually going to be. I did get a couple of them, and I was like, yeah, I've what's the word? Contributed. I've contributed.
You did.
At the end, people were not that they were cheating, but they would click before knowing the answer.
Yeah,
when they went through the letters.
I picked up on that too. So what we're talking about is we showed a photo of a cartoon character, and people were buzzing in without even knowing if they were gonna know the answer. They just wanted to buzz in first, and I'm like, yeah, that's a move, because if you don't know, you're kind of stuck. You're kind of dead, and but it does make. Like you said, it puts so much pressure on you to push the button, and then you're just like, well, I'm just going to push it blindly without knowing what it is. Like, that's hard to do. Like, cause
see, and I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to click this, and then I don't know what it is, and then my whole team's like, you idiot.
I know. I feel the pressure. I could imagine that situation. Yeah. I had considered a contingency for that. I'm like, okay, if you buzz in and you get it wrong, you get minus points. I considered that angle.
I was just thinking that too.
Maybe we should do that for the next one. It's like, so that it prevents that situation. So like people don't just buzz in just to buzz in. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Then you're kind of accountable for your buzz.
Yeah. The penalty should stand. Yeah, I think the penalty idea is a good idea. We could do I don't know how many points. How many points were we doing? 5 points, I think. But no, it was 3. It was 3. So we would deduct.
I'll end up with minus 20.
Well, that's the risk you take.
So Team LG wins with minus 17 points.
That would actually make that even better, honestly. That would be an even better show.
That would be pretty sweet, yeah.
Bet you didn't think we'd win with a negative score, did you?
Yeah, exactly. That would be unprecedented.
We'd end up owing points.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's great. But
yeah, speaking of Ferdan, I'm just spilling beans today, LG. I'm so sorry. But one of the next taco shows, we were in chats with Ferdan.
Oh, nice.
Have him on the show at some point.
Oh, that's huge. Oh,
we're trying to branch out and seeing like different people. Like Joey came on a couple months ago. Then like last month we had no one. I know Green Guy might be someone we're in talks with.
That feels like it's in hand. Green Guy would be really fun too. I think you'll both have a great time with Green Guy. Yeah. I
like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't stream as much, and I know he has like a weird schedule because of his work, but I always enjoy being in his streams. He's so much fun. I honestly mostly just like making fun of him. I don't know why. He's one of those people where I come in and I'll like copy and paste his bio and put in his chat, and it's just fun. He's fun to make fun of.
I'm sure he takes it in good stride. But
oh yeah, for sure.
The other thing is I need to make sure Green Guy's in the next Super Mega. Whenever we do a Super Mega thing again, like Green Guy needs to be there, and EFAT needs to be there. I just realized when I was like scheduling that, like, oh sheesh, I should add them to the list. And then I think Carissa wants in. So many people want to do the next one. Like it's gonna have like double the people that we had last time. Like it's gonna be an amazing time.
I feel like you shouldn't have too many people though. I feel like we had so many people. So it was definitely chaotic, and like reeling people in was like kind of hard. So
it was.
My suggestion would be a fewer people. But...
You know what? We could. Yeah, I agree. It's not that much fewer, but definitely fewer, because as much fun as that was, it was also crazy. Like I was honestly surprised. We got to the end. Like I was just like, that was a lot. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It was a lot of fun. But it was wild.
Yeah. I think we skipped a couple parts too that you wanted to do.
Yeah, so there was going to be like an isolation round where we would have one team get to just do a free-for-all for the questions. We just ran out of time. That would have been really fun though. I know. So maybe we would just make it like a tournament. Like it would be like a whole week. Like we were just like one team with like 5 and one team like 5, and just kind of go from there. See how it goes. Yeah,
that could be cool.
Tournament of Champions, you know. Let's see, minus 17 points with a close score behind the other team with minus 26. It's like golf. It's like we turned it into golf. Like,
exactly.
The lower score wins. My God, that's amazing. I was gonna ask a serious question somewhere in there. Like, oh yeah. When you make your music,
what's a serious question?
I don't know. I'm having more fun with this. So
I make music.
Yeah, but now when you get, I'll ask this question: if you were to play trivia, like at a pub or whatever, or with friends, do you feel like the music categories would be to your advantage, or do you feel like you would actually blank out in that scenario because, like, but you know so much you forget like what would be the right answer?
It would be none of those. The answer that I'm giving is that I would absolutely suck at music trivia.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Because I'm a musician, but I'm not like I don't explore new music, and I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't like if it was Blink and Oasis, yeah, I'm your man. But otherwise, like when there was like that category about Genesis, like I don't know Genesis at all. I don't know. There's another category with 80s, I think, or something, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know that much. I'm not very like knowledgeable in music. I just play. That's kind of it. So if you had a Blink-182 category, maybe I would be in. Even you had a banana category, I didn't know anything. But those were hard questions.
Oh yeah, the banana category it's deceptively tough. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Let me see. But when you write your music, does Blink and I mean, what are some of the things you like to do with music? Like, do you use them as inspiration for what you write? Do you like to go up tempo? Do you go down tempo? Or are you kind of a little mix of both? Like, what are some of the things?
It's funny because Blink's always been one of my favorite bands, but I don't really have a lot of Blink's-ish songs.
Uh-huh.
My last one is like more pop punk, Running Out of Time, that I released in November 2024. But otherwise, I guess it depends on my mood, and depends like if I'm on a band or not. Like when I'm in a band, usually it'll be more like rock songs, and my solo stuff will be more acoustic piano stuff. But now that I haven't been in a band since 2023, I'm kind of just exploring. Like I have all these like VSTs and drums, like electronic drums and stuff that I can do more with solo music now. So that's why I kind of released more of like a pop punk song in November. But I don't really think about it. I just start writing a song, or maybe I have some inspiration of the day. Recently it's more piano. I start playing piano and like singing things, and I kind of like that feeling of piano and singing.
Ooh.
It's a mood. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna play at New Tune Showcase. New songs, a piano song.
That's exciting. I mean, I wouldn't say coming out of your comfort zone because you've been at it for 5 years, but definitely a change of pace, which is pretty neat. Like, so, I look forward to hearing that whenever I can, and that should be really fun. Are you thinking like kind of like ballad sort of thing, kind of
yeah I think so. Like it's like I said, the prompt is finding yourself, so that's I think a lot of people are going to talk about like anxiety and finding who you are and all that kind of stuff. So I think piano, like a darker kind of song with a bit of like, you know, powerful lyrics and stuff. I think we might see a lot of that on Saturday, and that's what I'm hoping for my song.
No, I think it's pretty neat. I mean, I do think the variety in the song prompts as you go from month to month are always going to be really, always going to go in some different directions, which is really good. Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's fun to see how people interpret the prompts too. Like sometimes I think the way I'm doing it is so obvious, and everyone else is going to sing about the same thing, but it's completely different. Pretty cool.
True. I think everybody who watches the show would also have their own conception of what they think the prompt would be like, what songs about that would be like, but then you can be surprised, you know, like you definitely can see it.
I don't even remember what the prompts were what the hell were the prompts when I was on the show? I don't remember. It's been too long.
I bet you if you were to watch the VOD for like a second or two, it probably jog your memory.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. LG mirrors the point.
Just look it up.
Yeah. That is my favorite part of the NTS. Everyone interprets things so differently. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Oh, very cool. Absolutely. Dallas Starlord Music says, I would love to learn more about this. I shall give you this command, !together will tell you more about what New Tune Showcase is all about. And you can follow them on Instagram, Together Wherever Music. You can also follow them on Twitch, same handle, which is, by the way, where that show will be. Simultaneous with that, we are going to be on with Maker Plays, and really excited to get Maker on. It'll be a really fun conversation. I'm looking forward to chatting with our pal. And
what time are you guys starting?
3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh my god!
I know.
What?
That's
horrible timing.
I know. It's all right. I mean, well, we were not aware of one happening during the other. So
that's so funny.
And the irony of that is that I was really worried about being on and overlapping with Kevin's Cafe Live, because Maker is such an important part of that channel. And I went and told Kevin and Diva, like, look, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't mean to put it on a Saturday. I mean, hopefully this isn't interfering with your stream. Like, if it is, we can start earlier. We can start later. And I totally didn't know about this.
Yeah, right. So, it's all good.
It's all good. I mean,
there's so many streams. It's hard to like avoid it, and I try to do that too much. I think like Kobe will be live on some nights and Gary be live, and I'm like, damn it, I don't have too much time. Like, I've got to find other times, and I think we get into our head a little too much about when we should stream or not. There's just so much time, and it's so many hours in a day, and there's millions of streams going on. So
yeah. LG literally said the same thing right now. Like, I sometimes worry about other things going on, but there are so many hours a day. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, for sure. And the great thing is, with regard to, but it is totally like exactly what, like, it almost like LG.
I was reading his. He was doing what is it to stenographers where they just like write what you're saying,
like closed captioning for what you were saying. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, for sure. And I'm happy to say that in all our cases, we will have VODs of the shows up. So if any of you miss either one, we're not going to have any hard feelings if you decide to pick one over the other. And certainly
you guys should pick us. I'm kidding.
No, but listen, there's good reason to pick you too, though, to be fair. Like, but still, the good thing, like, and we're glad to support. And we'll do our best to, as we were talking about, we'll jump in at that at some point too. So I'm kind of saying without saying it, but we will connect one show with the other before the afternoon is over. So let's see. LG says Rick and I are in the same brainwave at this point. Oh, I know, and that's again why your podcast is so great, because I always feel like you both have like great minds. You're both similar minds, and it's do you worry about that sometimes? Like you feel like it's so eerie, even in a way, sometimes, that you both have like almost the same wavelength?
I haven't really thought about it.
Okay.
It's just we talk, and then words come out of our mouths, and we laugh, and it's fun, and that's what I think.
No, that's cool.
I haven't really thought about it.
I didn't mean to get so hard hitting.
It's
with
just
that
natural, I guess.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. No, that's awesome though. Like, it's special when you have someone that you know that well, and that you can enjoy the company that well. And so LG makes it easy though. It's just like, yeah.
And we talk, like we said, we talk like fairly often. So when we were on stream talking to each other, we know, like, I'll know that he went to the gym that day, or he'll know that I did this that weekend, and he knows, like, we know a lot about each other. So
yeah.
It's very easy to ask questions and stuff. It's not like we're like complete strangers and I don't know anything about him.
Yeah. Right. And I think the conversation, the flow of conversation is such that you'll both have, once you get to the Banana Taco Show, you do it once a month. Is that going to stay the schedule? Is that the plan to go once a month? It seems like a good schedule. It seems like that's a solid amount of time.
I think so. I think, and even that's like kind of hard sometimes with schedules and stuff. But yeah, once a month, every 2 months. There's no commitment. We just, like I said earlier, we do it when we want and when we feel like it, when it's right.
Okay, no worries. So now I'd like to turn the attention to our chat, and I would like to give everybody an opportunity to King, if you got the command on you, can you use open queue, because it is that time again for North America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting. Not that loud. It's time for random questions. Okay. Ask us anything. All right. Let's get that question queue opened, and once it is, you'll get to ask questions. I'll tell you how to do it. Use exclamation point question followed by the question you have in mind, and we will get those questions to you in order in the next, maybe 30 to 40 minutes or so. And then we'll wind things down after that. So thank you so much for being a part of this tonight. Let us see what's out there for the questions. You know what? We just talked about pancakes for Mardi Gras. I'd like to ask you a question off the bat. Rick, we ask this breakfast question all the time on our channel. So given the choices, which one are you picking? Pancakes, crepes, waffles, or French toast?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm gonna say crepes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Que magnifique. C'est magnifique.
C'est magnifique.
Phenomenal.
What do you choose?
Yeah. I choose pancakes. And it's not just because it's today, but
pancakes?
I'm a pancake guy, yeah. I love pancakes.
What do you put on your pancakes?
I'm simple. I just do like butter, maybe, and syrup, definitely. So sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some people in the UK, they're like, they don't know maple syrup, and it boggles my mind because I don't know what else you would put on a pancake other than maple syrup.
I guess the butter, but just eating it dry would be strange. I don't know if I.
Hey, hello, Mr. Oakwood.
Yeah. John Oakwood in the house. What's up? How's that peanut butter treating you? It's great to see you. Can we give a shout out to John Oakwood? Oh, we got it. Great. John, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I appreciate you being here. I hope you're doing well. John's an awesomely talented guitarist as well on stream, much like Rick Davoice is. And John says, "Fear not, your peanut butter is safe." Oh, that makes my night. It really does. Like I was worried. I mean, maybe we wouldn't have any peanut butter, but John is here, and I think we're good. So thank you, John. Like it means a lot.
What's the peanut butter?
Oh, the story about the peanut. I don't know. It just King was just would love to say whenever John and King cross paths, savior of the peanut butter is in the chat or is here. So with that in mind, I feel good about the status of my peanut butter in the fridge. So it looks good. So by the way, do you put peanut butter in the fridge? Because I do that just to preserve it a little better.
I do.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's a Streamler story with that question. Interesting. Hot damn for the peanut butter. Yeah.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Peanut butter is awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine being allergic to peanuts. That would be horrible.
I know one of my cousins is allergic to peanuts, and I feel bad.
Yeah, I know a couple of people too.
Yeah. That's always a bummer because it is so good. It's so good. It's so good.
I know. It really is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Put on everything.
Let's go to John's Oakwood's question. Thank you again for joining us, John, tonight. And the question. Let's see. Question from John is: can you tell a story about your favorite interaction with a fan?
Do you need to have fans to answer this question?
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Rick. Oh my goodness.
Okay, wait. I have a funny story. It's kind of fun. It's not a serious. I can say a serious answer after. So I was in a store where I live, and I was just like buying stuff, and this lady comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, you're the singer." I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And she's like, "I know your mom." I was like, "Damn it! I thought she recognized me for my music." Nope, she knew my mom.
The mom. Oh man.
Like, yeah. I was so cocky too. I was like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm the musician."
That's me. And then you're bringing out your autograph, like.
Yeah, exactly. You want to take a picture? What do you want? You go deflated. She did say I was good after though, so
that's good. That's good.
At least there's something. But no, like I don't have like fans. It's like it's whatever. Like mostly like friends or acquaintances or people that like end up at shows and whatever. But my favorite parts have always been like when people relate to the songs you write.
Oh yeah.
And like I've got so many songs about like different subjects, like suicide and things like that, and people like a couple people just come up to me and be like, "Yeah, that song like really connected with me, and it's super cool," and they like shared it, and like their family members had like committed suicide, and that kind of stuff really really is pretty sweet.
Oh, phenomenal. Yeah.
Because that's how like music, that's how I take music sometimes too. You go through something and then you connect to like songs based on like the lyrics or whatever. And yeah, it's a weird feeling that other people have that feeling with your songs too.
It kind of does it keep you going when you hear that people are connecting with your songs?
That's a good question. It I feel like this is not the right answer, but not really.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It's I don't really know. I guess maybe it just hasn't been because of COVID. It's not as obvious because this used to be like when I used to be like in person and playing shows and people would come to see me after. It's been a bit less in the last 5 years, I guess. So maybe that's why I'm not thinking about it that way.
I see what you mean.
At this moment.
No, I got you. I see where you're coming from. I got you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I respect that. Let's see. John, thank you for your question. John Oakwood, give our friend a follow.
Thank you, John.
Good to see you again. And yeah, I mean, we're glad to take any more questions too if you got them. So, King Dampbreaker is next, and the question is: living or dead? Which artist would most want? Oh, which artist would you most want to perform? Let me try this again. Living or dead? Which artist would you most want to perform with live on stage?
Probably Tom DeLonge, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
It's
weirdness.
It's hard to think of anyone. Yeah,
Tom was right. Let's go.
He's so weird. He'd probably touch my butt and stuff, and it'd be weird, but it would be good.
Yeah.
Like I was debating him or like Liam Gallagher.
Okay,
but
man, you're really going for
Tom's
Liam Gallagher too. All the weirdos.
Yeah, man. Those are my two idols. I don't know. I've got something for weirdos, I guess, but
yeah. No, but they're exceptional.
They both have their own charm.
Right.
They really are. There's such like Tom's just such a good songwriter, and Liam's voice is like. Liam's voice, 1995, 1996, is like the best rock and roll voice of all time, in my opinion. It's so good.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
He definitely went downhill in the early 2000s, but
the
mid 90s then, oh my god, his voice was incredible.
You could definitely use that for your answer too. Like you can specifically select like Liam Gallagher from the mid 90s as your answer. Like it totally would be. That would be, first of all, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Your harmony.
Oh, Living or Dead, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Amazing harmonies you guys could both do. Like that would be such a great. Like that's a standout show. Like it'd be really fun. Yeah.
I was. This is not the question, but I always thought like if I'm thinking like who would I want to watch live that's dead and doesn't exist anymore? The Ramones. I think the Ramones have been such a sweet show to watch.
Ooh, oh I know. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
They're so good. They've got so many good songs.
I'm a huge Ramones fan. Like this is something that that I'll never bring up on stream because like it doesn't get brought up very much. But man, they're great. I know like a billion of their songs. Like that's a great call. It's a great call. Yeah.
I added a bunch of Ramones like early on in my song list, but no one really requested them, so I took them off.
Oh, dude,
I feel you.
I will request them. I'll go over there and request them. Like, do you have Judy as a Punk? Like, I'll request that. I mean, do you have?
Do I? I'm not sure. What's your favorite Ramones song?
That's a great question. I was trying to think. I mean, Good Machine is a punk rocker, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna think about that a little bit.
That's mine. That's
is it really?
It's
nice,
so
nice.
Good.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
love that song.
It's a perfect punk song.
Good.
Yeah. So,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that I mean, it could have been. I mean, Cretin Hop is like up there too. Like, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah. And even like the basic stuff, like Let's Creek Bop was the one that put him on the map. So like that's great.
Right. There's a couple songs that aren't known that are really, really good too.
Yeah.
And they're so catchy.
Yes.
Like that's the thing with the Ramones. There's a lot of like the Clash I never really got into, and like these other like punk rock bands from the same era. But Ramones, like his voice is so good, and their songs are really catchy, and it's punk. It's just it's a perfect blend. I love it.
Yeah, Johnny Ramone is really one of a kind. Johnny Ramone is one of a kind. Like you know, it's just a bummer that most of them are gone. Like it's just like
I know
it was such an amazing group. Like. And just never took anything seriously. Like, do you remember that segment on The Simpsons where they were doing a song for Mr. Burns? It's like,
Yep.
And he's just, and they're like, yeah, you suck, yeah. And then at the end, he's like, I hope you like this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good. Let me see. No, that's great. Like, seriously, I'm gonna go look at your song list, and I think LG is kind of half right about that. Actually, LG's like, Davey's gonna go queue up Ramones in Rick's song list
I'm
right
not
now.
sure if it's. I
It
don't know
may
if
not
it's
be on
still
there right now,
there.
right? No, that's all right.
Because I did take some off because I was like, well, no one, you know, when like songs no one requests, and then you don't want to. Okay, I got "Do You Want to Dance" still on there.
Ooh, yeah. Do You Want to Dance is fun?
Yeah,
yeah.
When you don't play a song for like 2 years, and when no one requests it, then you're like, I want to remove it because I haven't like practiced it in 2 years, that I don't really know how to play it anymore, so I just take it off.
Rockaway Beach is another one. Like that's just
Yes,
good fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, rock and roll radio is really good.
Yeah. Solid stuff. Okay. But yeah, I love that. This. So were you part of the punk rock raid train? Like when those were happening, like a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
super cool.
I was part of it. I think we did 2 of them.
Yeah, I remember there.
LG and I had an idea to do a what is it? What's the festival called? When we were young.
Oh, you're gonna go to where we?
Punk,
Oh
pop punk bands.
wow, that would have been awesome.
No,
yeah.
we were gonna try to take that and like make it a raid train, like the When We Were Young raid train, which would kind of be like the yeah,
like 90s emo
so then,
raid
like,
train.
you'd have people. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
A lot of people would have signed up for that, for real. Like I know so many people that love that. Yeah, like a lot of people.
Yeah, and the punk rock. I love the punk rock raid train. It's too bad that doesn't happen anymore.
I know. Too bad. But
Primera Sound's still streaming. I haven't seen him in a long time.
It's interesting you mentioned that because I didn't even see him in chat in a long time, and then I finally saw him like yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think he's still around.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's still at least modding, probably, but I have not seen him stream in a bit. But I hope he gets back to it because like it was really cool to see him there. So
Yeah. And he can host another punk rock raid train.
That was just his baby, and it was so good. Like I loved it.
I know.
So good.
He still streams on Saturdays.
On Saturday, okay.
Not on Twitch on Saturdays.
Good to know. Oh, he saw him a couple weeks ago. Okay, that's good, LG. Good to know. But thank you for your question.
He streams at 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
It would not surprise me. 3:00 Eastern Saturdays.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the time to be. It's the time to be
on Twitch. It's the time to. It's the time to double dip on Twitch.
Double dip. I love it. King, thank you for your question. A tremendous. It always inspires so many great conversations, that question. So thank you, King. I appreciate you. Let's go to LG next with the next question. The LG Music asks, would you go on Love is Blind?
And that's questions for me.
I don't think it's for me. No. I don't think it's for me.
God, I don't know. Like probably not. But I don't know. Probably not. Like, I don't think I would. No.
Yeah.
That I don't really have a reason. It's just I don't know. It's not something I like. I watch the show and I'm like, man, these people are so dumb. Like I don't want to be that. Right? Yeah. But no, I don't know. It probably wouldn't be something that I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the question, LG. I was just gonna sign you up.
Nice.
I think Netflix finds the people. You don't sign up for. You have to like be kind of an influencer, I think, to be on there.
It is true what you just said though, because there are certain shows you go on there like, oh, that's so cool, you were on X show, like you're on The Voice. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, you're on The Voice, you're on American Idol, that's great. You go on like Jersey Shore, like, oh, you're on that show, like, it's like
right.
Yeah. So totally different. Reach for the.
Would you go, Davey?
No. Absolutely not. There is not a dono goal in the world that could make me go on that show. I mean, that embarrassment that would result. Oh my gosh, no way.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it won't matter though because they recruit people anyway. So it's not like you can't. You can't like sign an application and just, like turn it in at your local Walmart and just like hope that you get it. Like,
so, right.
Yeah.
It's always been in the U.S. I don't think there's been one in Canada anyway.
No, you're all. No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah, probably.
King says if Davey ends up on the show, no, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I would resign myself. I would probably just quit streaming at that point. Like, it's like
just quit life.
just,
Like, this is over for me.
No, like
this is what I've become.
What's happened to me on this dang show? You know.
I used to eat sandwiches, and now I'm finding love through a wall. With all these other, that's okay. This is the part. I'm going to be a little more serious here.
Okay.
This is probably the part that I would not enjoy as much, is multiple people dating the same people. I'm the kind of person that if I'm dating and someone's like, oh, like there's two people, like I'm out, right? Like I want to be the only one. Like I don't like the whole, like on the show there's a lot of like there's two people dating the same person and they don't know who they want. Like that's a big turn off for me.
Yeah, that's not cool. Like why would people think that's appealing? Like it's not cool at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. John's the same. Absolutely. Like, absolutely.
Anytime in my life there's like this girl and she's like, well, there's this other guy. I'm like, all right, peace out. Go with the other guy. Like I don't want to be like just plan B or like an option, right?
That would be worse. Like you found out you were the plan B. The shame.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. And that's what happens in the freaking show. People have like two connections, and then one of them like cut connections, and they're like, well, I guess I'm gonna go with the other person now. And then they're like, it was always you. I always loved you. It's like so stupid.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah. LG says, and then people get mad about that. They're like, everyone is talking to everyone. And there's always someone mad that they're talking to multiple people. Like, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
What? It just sounds.
That's also the point of the show.
I guess so. I guess that's the point. Yeah.
That's what's stupid. They're like, I don't know how many people there are. They're like 15 people, but they're dating everyone, right?
I don't even know what to say to that. Now that I know what this actually is, like, I'm probably gonna just move on to the next question. And,
all right, next question.
Next question. Let's see. We have it from John Oakwood. Here it is. And oh, by the way, thank you for the question, LG, previously. But John's question next is: if you had to switch voices with anyone, whose voice would you choose?
Liam Gallagher, 1995.
Yeah, let's go. I love the consistency in your answers tonight. This is phenomenal.
I mean, this is what I'm all for. Like, I know what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, no hesitation. John loves a commitment. I do too. It was great.
Have you heard his voice? 1995.
Yeah, no,
his live shows. He's got like a couple live like shows on or live albums now on like Spotify and YouTube Music. Mm-hmm. And there's one in Nebworth, and he's just like his voice is just perfect. I think that's 1996, and it's so good. God,
it's great to hear. Yeah.
I'm very jealous.
Wouldn't you just love to just like, I think you said this already, like if you could see someone from a past era go back in time, or not even go back, just see the band, like they can go forward in time, that's fine too, but
yeah,
you know, so
I'm gonna go see Oasis in August, but they're like in their 50s, like Noel's almost 60. Like seeing them in the 1995, 1996 would have been wild.
Yeah,
just so wild.
Yeah, you know, one for me that I would love to have seen when they were live, Led Zeppelin when their prime would have been outstanding.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one band. I wanted that so bad. Like if there was any way in the universe I could do that, I would do it. Like they are unbelievable live. Like you see the footage and concerts and so on. Like
they're so good.
Yeah. That's they don't break
such a good band.
Because
they're not gonna break it. Everyone says that.
They can break up next week, Rick. You know.
They're not breaking up. There's theories on the internet that actually go on tour if they break. There's theories on the internet if they actually do go on tour if they. Oh. I'm sure they figured all that out.
Yeah. Because the internet's always right, you know. But let's see.
True.
Yeah. John says, I'd go on that show, Love is Blind, and be as purposely unattractive as possible. That's perfect. Yes.
It's not possible, John. It's not possible. You're too pretty.
I mean, Rick's not...
You got to go out with your Stitch hat, and then you'll see what happens. You know, if she loves it, then it's meant to be.
Yeah, and I guess the peril of that is that it might actually make John more attractive, legitimately. There's definitely a plus and minus to this. Yeah, I mean, you never know.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yep. But I love the idea. I love John's idea. The principle is phenomenal. Like I think it's a great idea. Like, um, okay. Well, it's kind of like if you could get on, if you made it this far, like if you get on like American Idol and purposely be like the worst singer on the show, like just how entertaining would that be for everybody else? Like it would be unbelievable. Like it'd be so bad, but
I don't know if you, I don't know if you, I don't know if anyone here has ever heard of this, but there was a show like 20 years ago, and it was the opposite of American Idol. It was like, who's the worst singer?
Really? I don't remember the show.
Yeah. Oh my, it was people were auditioning, and they thought they were auditioning to be like good singers, like on whatever, but it was actually meant to find the worst one.
Oh, that's kind of rough.
It was.
That's kind of rough.
It is, yeah. And
Yeah.
this you wouldn't see that anymore, but like
Oh,
that
no.
was something that happened like in the mid 2000s. That show did not last long.
There's no way.
It was like one season. That's it.
Yeah, they could not possibly do that. That's messed up. Actually, I don't think I would support that.
Yeah.
Like,
and then like they won a bunch of money at the end, but it's like, yeah, sorry, we're just kidding. You actually really suck. It's so bad. It's so
bad. No, we can't do that. I didn't even know how that ended being a TV show. Like they actually put it on TV.
I know.
Oh God. Yeah. Mid 2000 reality show or something. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Some of that stuff was pretty brutal. I remember. I don't remember that show, but I remember a lot of shows like it, you know. I guess I use all that money to wipe away the tears. No, seriously, I don't think it's worth the money to win. Like you're I mean, it's gonna ruin your life. Like knowing that. Going through all that.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, the whole time you're like, oh my God, I'm making it. I'm gonna make a recording track. I'm the greatest singer. And they're like, nah, this is all just a prank. You suck. I'm like, what?
JK.
Yeah, JK. For real.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. Therapy and wiping away tears and suicide prevention hotline. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that's just.
Oh yeah, it's definitely messed up.
Not good at all. Like that is.
Yep.
People should be sued for that. Like that's just not good at all. It probably was on Fox. So it would be not surprising at all if that was on Fox. Fox is like. But back then, they were like going through stuff like that all the time, like Naked and Afraid, or shit like that. You know, like whatever.
Oh yeah.
I think that was Discovery Channel though, but still, you know, they always had like edgy shows like that. Season 2, the season 1 winner comes back with a vengeance to beat up the judges and the showrunners. Now that's good television.
Now that's yeah, exactly. That's a season we want to watch.
Oh man. Lawsuits and public
outrage.
It better have. Like, do people not have a conscience? Like,
do you remember what it was called, King?
Yeah,
you don't hear about it ever. Like they like strip that from like the existence of the earth. Like,
yeah, because I didn't even know about it. Like I think, I mean, I might have a little bit of a wisp of a memory of it now that you brought it up, but that is wild that it was actually a thing, and I'm pretty sure, and I believe you, because like, as we were talking about.
Oh
like,
yeah, it 100% happened.
Oh yeah.
They were literally pretending like they were good, but they were actually picking the worst ones every round.
God, that is just so brutal. But, because like, I don't know what the aim of that show is then. Is it funny? Is it supposed to be funny? Like, are we supposed to be laughing at that? Like, is it supposed to be a real thing? Like, I don't really remember. Yeah.
This was so long ago. Yeah, so long ago. Probably like 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, like, we were talking about it. There was just so many shows. The WB Superstar USA, was that it? Oh, man. Superstar USA. Eesh. They even made it sound like it's a legitimate contest. Like, wow.
The WB's Superstar. Yeah. What's WB? That doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, the WB is the name of the network. Yeah. It's not called the CW, but there was
Superstar USA.
Oh dear.
Yeah, 100%. I recognize these people.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
One season.
So King remembers watching it. King says, sorry, I do not recall the name of it, but I do remember the premise. I sat there with family watching, cringing on the verge of tears, feeling horrible. I would too if I was going through. Yeah. Like I'd be furious too.
Spoofed popular American Idol and aired on 2004. Polar opposite. Judges told contestants they were looking for the best singer when in fact they were secretly looking for the worst. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like it's fun if they're in on it, but if they're not.
But they're not. They weren't. It was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It was very deceitful.
Very. Yeah. But it was kind
It's
of
like me. Like I'm on Twitch, and people are always like, "You have such a beautiful voice," and I know they're like saying the opposite. They mean I suck, and they're just like, it's the exact same thing.
well, I mean, I'm not no Rick. I don't think that's true, but I can see people
It's
kind
totally
of
true.
well, taking into consideration was on WB. Fair, that was fair, yeah. But WB did have some good shows.
What is WB?
The WB was this fifth network that existed for a little while on broadcast television. So it was like, what's one rung below Fox in the U.S.? It would be the WB, and so
Okay.
they did have some good shows though. They had like Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a huge show. That's from the WB. Yeah, Dawson's Creek. You had
Okay.
Gilmore Girls, and you had Smallville. Like these were all really good shows. And then you had that shit.
Oh,
And you
okay.
had that.
Then you had Superstar.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Now it is
One
a
of
CW.
these ones don't fit like the other.
Yeah. But it was yep, One Tree Hill. That's right, but One Tree Hill as well. That was a solid show back then. Yeah. Like back in the day they had some good shows actually. They did. Yeah. 90s WB was pretty or late 90s WB was pretty good. Let's see. But thank you for the question. Who was that with that question? I'm trying to remember now. But if you could switch voices, was that John? Yeah, John. Thank you for the question, John.
Yeah, it was John. Yeah.
Okay, so next question.
We ran on a tangent there. Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah, that was a good tangent. Yeah. Because it's just funny. Like, now listen, you can make a career off of a bad singing voice. William Hung is like the greatest example of that. And he had a moment.
About him.
I do too. Like you gotta respect it. Like his commitment, he sold it. It was really good. And by really good I mean it was awful.
Right.
But he sold it though. And that's why you appreciate it, you know?
Right.
Let's see.
2004. I think that was 2004 was just like the time where it was like a thing that people sang poorly. Because that's the same year as the show. This is when William Hung was famous.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It's like peak William Hung is correct. Yeah. Yeah. You can't ever think of the phrase "she bangs" without thinking of William Hung at this point. So like, there's no separating the two. But
It's fair.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Let's see. When did Friday come out? Was that later? I think it was later. It was like probably 2009.
Yeah, like by Rebecca Black.
Yeah. That was probably a lot later, actually. Probably like.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was in college.
Yeah. I was definitely well into adulthood by then. So.
2011.
Yeah, that's much later. Much later. A lot
fantastic song. I don't like. She got a lot of hate and bulliness for that song, but like I think that was not. What's the word I'm looking for?
Not fair.
I don't know. Not fair. Yeah, not warranted. I don't know. Something like that.
Right, because it wasn't really her deal. I think it was just somebody. It was like maybe I think I remember somebody like her dad or someone else kind of set that up.
Yeah, that's what I remember too.
Yeah. So I think Rebecca Black went on to release like other music, which was a lot better. Like it was kind of
for sure.
And
in a way, it probably helped her.
Yeah, I would say so.
But
got the name out, So,
yeah.
But the song is brutal though. Let's make no mistake about that. But
just imagine being like 11 years old and you have like you just release like a song, like stuff I've written when I was young. Like you put it online, you're like, oh, this is cool, this is so fun that I got to record a song professionally, and then the whole world's like, you suck. Like that's so degrading. That sucks,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. That is true.
You gotta think about like she's like an actual. It's like I don't know how old she was. She must have been like in her early teens.
Yeah. Like what would a child write about? Exactly what that song was.
Yeah, making cereal and going in the car with your friends. Like that's 100% it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Speaking of tangents, let's get back onto it. King Dambreaker with the next question. You are finishing a world tour, and you get to choose where you have your big finish. Which venue do you choose?
Oh man. And like it's packed no matter where I go.
It didn't really matter, no.
is it Wembley, the Oasis arena?
Oh, there you
Is very
go.
famous.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I'm probably gonna say that one. That's probably a pretty sick place.
Well. Here's a big question. Follow that up. Will Oasis be your opening act?
No, I'm opening for Oasis. There's no way.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, that's fine. But maybe you can have Liam Gallagher like go out with you to be like part of like do one song with you like this part of your final like concert.
No, he's probably gonna yell at me for something. You know when they say don't meet your heroes? Like Liam Gallagher's a perfect example.
That's
of
a
that.
good
Liam
point.
and Noel, I don't want to meet them. They're awesome. They write amazing music. They're funny. I don't want to cross paths with them because they're gonna destroy me.
No, that's fair. That's a very, very good point. It's a very good point. Like it's kind of what I'm worried about if I were ever to run into Elton John. Like kind of the same idea. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure about him. Right.
Yeah.
Like I may have heard he was. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But
No, I heard. No,
he's fantastic.
I mean, he's a fantastic artist, no doubt about it. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've heard stories too. It's like, yeah.
Right.
Let's see. So yeah, that's a phenomenal question. King is with a question. Really good.
Yeah, good question. Thanks for the questions, everyone.
Yeah, these are great, everybody. Does anyone else want to come in for one more round? LG, thank you so much for the lurk. It's good to see you again. Thank you so much. Let's give a shout to LG in the chat. It's nice to see you again tonight. Now, as you do your next banana taco with LG, do you have a topic in mind, or will that just be? We'll just do the episode and then just like kind of keep rolling.
It's funny because we never really talked about this, and before our first one, we're like, should we like have questions? Should we have a topic? Should we whatever? And we're like, you know what? Let's just go on and talk. And that's literally what we did. There's no topic. And our first banana, we went all over the place with our topics, like so many different random things. And then everyone since then has just been that. We just, hello, hey, what's up? And then we just start talking about whatever. There's no structure. There's no nothing. So I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but it's what we're doing. I think
on a show like that, you don't really need one. So I think you're doing pretty well with that. Like, yeah. It's like we're just here to see you. We're here to hear you both like hang on, like kind of just shoot the shit. Like that's kind of it. We don't need to worry about the specific topic or anything.
Yeah, and I've asked some people about like feedback and stuff and what they thought, and they're like, yeah, we love like when people just talk and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And I love when we can talk to like chat too. Like the thing with music is music is what I love to do on stream. But when if I'm looping and then singing, like it might be a good 5 to 10 minutes where I'm not reading or talking to chat, and you see things going by and you can't address them. But like when you're talking like two people and people are chatting, you can address it in real time, and that I really like about like the podcast.
I do love that you're active in reacting to the chat. That is for me very important whenever we do this show. The same thing. I want to make sure I'm always keeping up with the chat. Because there is a premise that you don't have to do that since you're doing a podcast. You're just talking to the guests, and you don't have. Maybe you'll catch up with the chat after the show's over. There's no wrong answer. However, I love the way you do it. I think that's a really great way to go about it because it gets the chat involved too.
I think I prefer it too because I mean, chat's chatting to talk to you, right? They're not. There may be like talking to each other too, but mostly like if I'm in a chat and I want to talk to the streamer and ask questions and stuff, and because if you start writing and engaging and no one answers you, you're gonna stop.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. If people and I'm like this in life too. Like if people talk to me or ask me a question, I always answer. I can't ignore people. So
yeah, I mean that's great attitude. That's really cool attitude. I like it. Let's see. King says shouts at LG. LG says I am deaf now. Thanks.
LG.
That's funny. Okay, one more for John from John Oakwood who asks, and John prefaces with, sorry I couldn't resist. The question is, what is the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
So yeah, I understand the question completely for sure. Oh, a Monty Python reference. I was asking ChatGPT, not gonna lie. It seems like a Monty Python reference. Is that according to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the average air velocity of an unladen swallow is, what do you mean, an African or European swallow?
Got him.
Blah 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 blah. 25 miles, 40 kilometers per hour.
Well, you don't need to worry. You don't need to fuss with the actual numbers. That is it. Is it an African or a European swallow? You've nailed the answer. Phenomenal.
Oh,
perfect answers, John. Well done. Well
See,
done.
this is why people are scared of ChatGPT. I've embraced it. I'm just like, you got AI is there for us. It's a tool for us to use, and it was seamless. I could have just read it. I could have just not been honest, and
And you know what? What's kind of wild is that I would have probably believed it, and it'd have been. You really know your Monty Python. I'm like, oh my goodness, Rick.
Yeah, no, I actually don't at all. I had a lot of friends who were into it in high school, but I watched a couple things, but I never really got into it for some reason.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a tremendous question, John. Thank you so much for asking that one as well. I think we'll have time for one more round. So if you've got a question to send in, folks, send it in. Send it in. We'd love to
send your questions.
So last call. And then
either me or ChatGPT will answer your questions. Depends if the topic is something I'm aware of or not. It's what I asked for what singer's voice I would want to. I asked ChatGPT for no, I'm kidding.
I love it. Let's see. Do I have any questions? Let me think. We had some really good ones tonight, though. I mean, the favorite artist to perform with was a great one, and then the tour question was a great one, and the "Would You Go on Love Is Blind" just jogged a lot of fun conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Great questions.
Really good.
It's been a good night. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you're really good at these podcast shows.
Thank you very much, Rick. I appreciate. I'm glad to hear that you are too. I mean, you and LG and yourself are really, really fun to chat to listen to. I love that you're bringing new people into it too. Like you have plans for Joey, you have plans for Green Guy and for Dane and other people. Yeah, that's neat. Like it adds flavor to the conversation. Should be really fun.
It does, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Rick, do you get into sports at all? This is a really random question. Like this has nothing to do with anything.
I used to watch a lot of hockey, but I've kind of lost 10 years of having really watched. Like, you mean watched or play?
Watched it, just watched it. Play too, if that's fine, but more watched than played.
Nah, not as much anymore.
Okay. You? Yeah, it's typically there'll probably be maybe 2 out of 10 people on the Sandwich Show probably would be sports people. So so you're good to go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not an anomaly.
No. But so many good stories and memories. What has been the best concert you've been to so far? Like, was it one of the Blink shows? Like, what shows stand out to you?
What would be, there's been so many shows. Odd. Like probably Blink. There's some cool, Blink was awesome, but there's also some cool shows that I like. Half bigger bands that I've seen in really small venues, like Gob. I saw Gob, and you know Gob? I don't know if
I don't, but it sounds like a cool name for a band. Like it sounds.
You must know some of their songs, like "Oh Ellen, What Did I Do?" The singer of Gob is now the guitarist in Sum 41.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're a popular Canadian band. I guess maybe they weren't as popular as Sum 41 in the US, but yeah, like they came in and there's another band like the Dirty Nil, like those kind of shows where it's like I was singing songs with the Gob singer at the show, and that kind of stuff is like really cool.
That is cool. Yeah. That's great.
A little more intimate.
I do agree with you that if I go look up Gob on my Apple Music, I'm pretty sure I'll know who it is because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one now. I think I totally will do that.
There's a couple there's probably Ellen or like a couple of those songs you might recognize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. No questions from the peanut gallery. Interesting. All right.
Interesting.
We'll give you one last stab at though if you want it. We'll have one last. But what are some of your other favorite fruits besides banana?
Not apples. Apples is probably my least favorite fruit. Oranges are good.
Okay.
Kiwis are good.
Okay.
One fruit that I ate before, like once. Have you ever had dragon fruit?
I think I did. I think I did one time. I don't remember a lot about it. I think I did have it one time. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember eating it once, and I was like, "This is delicious."
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Nice.
So yeah, I mean, otherwise, like a good ripe peach is good.
Yeah, I love peaches too. I
Well,
love it.
fruits are pretty good.
Yeah, fruit
Fruits
is
are pretty
great.
good.
Yeah.
Just not apples. Melons, like cantaloupe, is really delicious too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Music
Music streamers
streamers
are
are
anti-apple.
anti-Apple. Wait, is that a
I
general
am
comment?
anti-apple. Like
Yeah.
I'm anti-fruit apple, and I'm anti like technology apple. Everything. I'm Windows and Android all the way.
There we go. I love again consistency. I feel like the theme tonight has been consistency for our friend Rick.
I'm a very consistent person,
I
and
like
it's
it.
funny because LG, like we wanted to play. Joey and I wanted to play games with LG, like online,
Mhm.
and LG's got like, oh, I got this new Mac, and it's so cool. And then all the games we were proposing, he's like, oh, it doesn't run on Mac. Oh, it doesn't run on Apple. So we had to play like golf with friends. It's the only game that he can play on his freaking Mac.
It just go
We're
boiled
like,
down to
oh,
golf.
such a good computer you got there. Can't even play freaking Chain Together or Phasmophobia or something.
That's embarrassing. I'm gonna tell you, like that's
I know.
wow.
I know.
Hashtag Rick hates the seed. I mean, that's tough. Like I don't you know that's fair. I don't think I've ever seen a gaming streamer run on an Apple computer. I didn't even think about that. That's actually right. I don't think I remember one. I don't think I know one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Gibson Lens.
Lens.
I heard Dick to Write another stream and thought of Dave. Oh my gosh, really? That's great. Gibson, it's good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your new release, by the way. Shout out to Gibson Lens. And EFAT says, are we talking about anti-Apple the fruit? Our Apple the corporation. What's up,
I
EFAT?
literally just said both. Both.
Yeah,
I am anti-both.
Both. Anti-both, yeah. And quite possibly the record company that had the Beatles songs too. But I don't know. But
right.
Yeah. But shouts to Gibson and
EFAT. The question was what other fruits other than bananas do you like, and I said not apples, and then we kind of tangented into the corporation.
I love it. It's a great tangent. It's a very, very yeah. It's a very it is a very fresh tangent because it's like fresh fruit and stuff. It's like pretty good. So
yeah, there you go. There you go.
We would like to take some more questions. We have a couple more minutes left. So if any of you want to throw in a question, use exclamation point question followed by the question itself. Enter it in the chat, and we'll answer it in order in the remaining 20-ish minutes we have left. So King says, even more interesting. The other streamers said that she hates apples is also from Canada. Canada hates apples? ? But aren't there some really good apples that are from Canada though? I thought there was one that was really good, and it might have been the Macintosh. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember there being apple.
Macintosh is the worst apple.
Really? Oh no! I love Macintosh.
Aren't they like the red and greens?
Okay.
The only apple I will eat and like be like, okay, this isn't too bad, is Red Delicious.
Yeah, Red Delicious.
And crisp. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Quality, both. Yeah.
But like the standard, isn't it Macintosh apples? They're like red and green ones. They're like standard apples. Those ones I cannot.
Yeah. I mean, the Macintosh apple is very tart, so I can understand people not being into them.
Yeah, maybe that's why. That's why.
It's very tart. Like it's like more sour than it is sweet, even like in some cases. So
I googled Macintosh and it brought me computers. Maybe I should be more specific.
Well, you're supposed.
Yeah, Macintosh.
It's MC in Tosh. There's no A. It's just Macintosh. So, let's see. I wonder who the heck named the apples. I mean, delicious. That's totally a point of view, but not everyone is gonna think it's delicious. Okay, that's funny, King.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I think it's good, because I'm in my stupid brain's like, well, it says delicious in the name.
It's kind of, yeah. I mean,
actually,
you're really putting
the reason I like Red Delicious, and I've tried them and I know them so much. Have you ever watched or listened to Flight of the Conchords?
No, I owe it to myself to do that. But it's a fun show, right?
You know, yeah, and I love it. And one of the scenes they're talking about how one of them wants a Red Delicious apple, and it just stuck with me for some reason.
I tell you, the television can be persuasive like that. Sometimes you can just put you in a mood for something, you know?
Yeah. Influence is very real.
Yeah,
it's so real.
For real. For real. John says, if I had my own brand of apples, I'd call them orgasmic. There you go. Yeah. It's actually a brilliant marketing strategy by Big Apple. Big Apple.
Big Apple.
It's just trying to fight for the man with your orange. Big apples.
Yeah, exactly.
So good. Okay, John with the next question. Here it is. And oh, this is a great question. John Oakwood asks, have you ever had a show where something disastrous happened? If so, care to share the story?
Disastrous. Oh, now it's zoomed into my face while I'm thinking. Sorry. What?
We can go
disastrous? Back. No, my shows are awesome, man. What have I done? I have one in my mind, but I don't think it's. I guess I don't know. There's just one time, one of my first shows as a singer. Actually, I ended up drinking way too much, and it was just such a bad show. Like I couldn't hear anything, and I'm pretty sure I sucked a lot. And yeah, after that day, I vowed never to drink again before a show.
Oh, no kidding! Wow.
So I don't really have like a good answer. Like nothing really happened. Like I don't think any things. I got kicked out of my own shows before for trying to bring in water bottles to drink.
They just
bounced me right out of the bar.
They kicked you out entirely for that?
Well, I got back in at some point. But they manhandled me out of there because I brought in a water bottle from that side.
Folks, we need to put.
I was like, I'm the entertainment tonight.
That is bananas. Like, picture this for a moment.
Yeah.
You bring in a water bottle and they mercilessly like hustle you out of there like you've been arrested for something. And it's in Canada.
Exactly.
Like, what is happening?
Right.
Like,
right,
what?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I was like inside the bar. I was in like I walked in and I went in and like they like shoved me all the way out. I'm like, what the hell? I'm playing tonight. I'm just getting water because I'm a singer.
That is ridiculous. Like, yeah, that's just completely uncalled for. Like, I imagine you've never played there again after that.
I did, but like years later.
Oh, okay, years later. Okay. Well, I'm sure maybe things have changed by then.
I once forgot a mic stand for a show. That's that is crappy.
Yeah. You must drink our water. That's just not. That's.
I don't even know if they had like. I mean, I guess they had water, but yeah, it was just so stupid. I don't think I'm very particular. Like I have like. I always recheck my things to make sure I don't forget things because that's like my fear. Getting to a show and like, oh, I forgot my guitar.
Ooh, yeah, but yeah, I'm really sorry you had to deal with that. Like honestly, like I've heard some horror stories of live gigs, and that's pretty bad. Like,
yeah, I was young too, so it just doesn't really matter
it's
anymore.
Not even alcohol. Like it's water. They're kicking you out for water. Like just, like. I kind of want to put this on Instagram so then everybody on the Instagram, because we have a lot of music people that follow each of us on Instagrams. I'm like, have you ever been kicked out for bringing in Arrowhead bottles of water?
Yeah, it was special.
Special,
sometimes a power trip.
I know, for real. Hey, Carlo, what's going on? The stream scribe in the chat. What's up, my friend? Shout out to the stream scribe. We've been having a wild time tonight, Carlo. If you would like to add a question to our queue, we'll be glad to take it. This is Rick Davoice. I imagine you know Carlo as well.
Yeah, he was part of the trivia.
Yep. Was he on?
He was part of the losing team.
Losing team.
Just saying.
Rick says, "I know, Rick.
We survived the trip together.
Wow, I know.
He's trying to make him. He's trying to make it seem like you were on the same team there. But no, we weren't.
Oh dear! Shots fired and drunk. Oh wow! Shots returned fired. Oh my god!
But we won the audience's hearts. I don't know. I honestly don't know how we won. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like you guys were destroying us at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is not fair at all. But I forget how we bounced back.
Well, Trina kind of carried. Trina kind of carried the day. Remember at the end we had some anime characters. Trina was all over the anime. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of Trina and company, I'll do a quick plug for this. Let's be fine. Let's Tune in on Together Wherever Music on March the 8th when our friend Rick Davoice will be part of this awesome panel, including the LG Music, Taki Trina Tunes, and Irene, and Tom Thomas Tunes. We'll call it a draw. Yeah, there you go.
You guys notice how, like, part of this new tune showcase, there's 3 people from the trivia on the winning team and no one from the losing team? Just saying, you know. When you win, you get some opportunities.
Oh, dear. Oh, my
I hope
goodness.
you guys know I'm kidding.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's all in good fun.
They all want to call it a
that
draw.
serious. Yeah. But
I did not contribute that much. Like, Stream Scribe and John Oakwood, they both like answered way more questions than I did.
Yeah.
The one category I was like, oh, maybe I'd be good at is Star Wars, but John was just so on. Like, I have it. Like, I knew the answers, but I was like, 0.13 milliseconds behind John every time.
People were really quick to that buzzer.
I knew every single answer,
yeah,
but I was just not fast enough on the buzzer.
Yeah. Oh no, Streamcast says, enjoy your victory, Rick. Been nice knowing you. Plots. Aw.
Lots.
Yeah,
me and my mouth.
Can we give a shout to the Stream Scribe just for all the incredible things? Thank you. Yeah, but Carlo,
hello.
Thank you so much for your kind words earlier today too. Like I really, really appreciate that. The Sandwich Show is very much a labor of love, and I'm gonna just add this point. People like Rick make it so easy. Like, it's so much fun to chat with people like yourself, and your easygoing conversational style, Rick, seems to have you involved in so many different collaborations. I mean, do you enjoy doing things with other people as well, either here or in the real world?
I do. Like, in the real world, I'm more like of an introvert, so it's a bit harder, I guess, to do that. But like I don't know why on Twitch it's so easy, and like we've never actually chatted one-on-one, Davey, right?
True.
This is the first time that we've chatted one-on-one.
That's true.
But it's so natural. I remember we were just going back and forth and asking questions, and we're chatting like we've been friends. Like, that's the beauty of, I find, with like online streaming. And it's the same thing the first time I like spoke with LG, or first time I like Discord called like Toby or any other like the UK streamers. Like, and the same thing, like I'm going to London again this year to meet with streamer friends, but I did it in 2023. And I just like, you go there and you meet all these people that you met online, and you guys are just like instant friends. Like, you've known each other for so long. It's like these weird connections you make on Twitch. They're very special.
It is a really unique, special place for that reason. And I've had the exact same experience. Like, when I met LG for the first time a couple years ago down here, it was like we've been friends forever. Like, we didn't have any like getting to know each other kind of transitional area to that. It was just like we just kept going from where we left off in chat. It was so interesting.
Yeah. And the weirdest part for me was, at first, was like, when you're streaming, you're either talking to people in chat, or you're chatting in people's streams. You're never like actually interacting voice to voice.
Right.
So the first time, like, video calls and chatting, or like phone calls, or like meeting in person, I don't know why, but it should have been weird, but it wasn't weird. And I don't know if that's why, because I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying, but it's definitely weird.
I think it's part of my thrill of doing Smarticus77. Thank you so much for your 6-month resub. Oh, thank you, Thank you, Hoke. It's so nice to see you again. It's S tier human. What's not to like, halfway around the planet together. Thank you so much, Hoke. You're and all that, like, back at you, because like I've been a Hoke's channel too. Great to have you here. Our guest tonight, this is Rick Davoice, out of Canada, and it's been a really fun conversation. We've been taking questions all night. We've gone on an amazing tangents, and I was looking forward to that too, because I know the tangents you go on with LG are fun too. But super cool to have you all here. I think we got like time for
Smarticus.
Yeah, been lurking in silence. Oh, nice. I'm glad it's really glad to have you here. By the way, another future candidate for Super Trivia, Smarticus77. I think definitely. Because I feel like our friend Hoke would be on the ball with a lot of these categories. Anyway, where was I getting at? Oh yeah, so then part of the thrill of doing this show is this ability to chat voice to voice with people for the first time, and I really love it. Like, and because you don't never. I mean, you do get an idea what it's going to be like, but when you get into it, it's just really great. It's like it closes the remaining gap between what you chat and what you see on the screen, and
Right.
vice versa. So,
True.
so cool, But I guess the only drawback is the delays don't really let you do that sort of thing with music. If that did not exist, wow, imagine.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, I guess I've never actually tried, but I've heard, yeah, that there's a little too much of a delay, and yeah, it's not really feasible. I'm sure there's ways to do it. Like, I know there's some people that kind of jam online
There
through
is.
the interwebs, but I don't know if people stream it. I'm not too sure. I never actually looked into it,
It's essentially like
but it's an interesting concept.
somebody plays like one part of the song, and you're basically, and then they mute their headphone, and then you play along to that and record that or put it out to stream. And if somebody wants to add to that, then they would watch your stream or your video with the other person and play along to that. So it's just layering of streams, and you're just like it's like recording in a way. But
Okay.
so that's the one way you could do it. But what happens in that is that the person playing won't hear the other people. You can only just do your part, and then you only hear it like after the fact. It's weird, right? Like it's just like,
right. Yeah.
So I think one day this will be fixed. They'll figure out a way to synchronize everything so that we hear things simultaneously, so that music live online would be unbelievable. And you can imagine like how many cool things you could do with that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I'll even my recording my own stuff. Like there's latency, and I'm like all local, so I don't know how it works. Like if I'm gonna play with someone across the world.
That's so true, though. Like even just recording it on your computer, you have to deal with the delays.
Yeah.
That's a true point.
Exactly. You're like, why is there latency? Why? What the hell? Like my guitar's right here, my computer's right there.
That's funny. That's funny. Hoax says, "Oh, there's some software right now that's getting really close." Oh man, I love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to hear that.
Yeah. But Rick, I know you mentioned you're not streaming all the time. But with that said, do you have any additional things that you're looking forward to in your streaming schedule or in your music schedule? Like any big events coming up in the near future?
We did talk about New Tune Showcase next Saturday. There's probably going to be a Banana Taco show, and we might not do one in March. We might do one in April instead.
Okay.
That's the one we're going to talk to. We're going to have Ferdane and friends hopefully on board.
Cool.
Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I can stream. Like, I like streaming on the weekends, just having worked all day and talked all day. So like I'll stream hopefully on a Sunday or a Saturday every now and then. But yeah, next weekend is the New Tune Showcase, so that'll be fun.
No, I love it. And over here for us, we have our interview with Mark Maker Plays coming up on Saturday as well, which is going to be a really, really fun time.
Right.
Which is, yes, it is on.
What time is it?
3:00 Eastern. The thing, as is your show with New Tune, but we'll definitely. It's funny. It's funny for sure. But we definitely will do our best to just unite this. To join the streams together at some point after.
Unite our forces.
Unite our forces. Yeah, that's right. Rally the forces. Yeah. Assemble.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be really fun. And in between, we have our friend Sarah Cameron Music joining us tomorrow night. So it's a very busy week and a very exciting week here on the Sandwich Show. So Rick, this has been so much.
Sarah Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
She's, I think she, when I hosted the New Tune Showcase, I think she was on it. I was thinking another person.
Oh, nice. So
yeah.
You've talked to her. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. She's so much fun, isn't she?
Yeah. She was, when I hosted the New Tune Showcase in 2023, she was one of the songwriters.
Phenomenal.
Very cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. And Sarah's written a lot of awesome tunes. And, Sarah's also a huge fan of the emo pop punk genre as well.
Yeah. You could tell in her music.
Oh, for sure. So that's awesome, Rick. So yeah, come back tomorrow night, everybody. We're going to have Sarah Cameron Music joining us. And for our raid tonight, well, first let's say thank you to everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Rick, thank you for being a guest. This has been a tremendous time. So I appreciate you.
This is, I'm anytime. This is a lot of fun.
Aw, glad to do it. Big time shout out to our friend King for the mod help tonight. So big mod love to our friend King, and thanks.
King.
And thank you to our new followers, I Love Keemstar and Royce Lee 1980. Thank you so much for joining our Sandwicher Faithful. We also want to thank Dallas Arlo Music, the LG Music, and Spartacus 77 for the resubs. And this has been our latest Sandwich Show Q&A. Now, let's go find out our path to the raid. And you know who we're raiding tonight, Rick? I think you know. But who better to continue our evening than your co-host of the Banana Taco Show, our pal LG. It should be really fun to.
I saw he went live. Did you know this?
Oh, I knew. Well, we did. Full disclosure, we were talking about it before we started streaming. So
I saw he was like lurk, and then I saw him go live. I was like, "Oh, yeah, you lurk today, LG? Nice lurk."
Yeah, nice lurk, right? So it's all good because we totally had this. We had this hashed, and so let's go say hi to LG. Well,
awesome.
And
Love it.
Thank you so much again, everybody. Hold on. Where's my button? Can I do this here? Oh crap. Okay. I'm gonna gift a sub to Streamlabs before we do this. I'm getting annoyed at this already. I keep forgetting. Okay. There we go. Streamlabs, go get a sub. Get you some sub money. There you go. Go. Okay. So now, let me just we'll go start the raid call. Here's this raid call for. Oh, King, are you still with us for the raid calls? I wasn't sure if King was here, but King, can you get those raid calls going for us? And there we go. I just did that just so we can have the emotes for the raid call. But get those raid calls in. Thank you, King. Copy the raid calls. If you're a sub, you can use the sub raid. Otherwise, use a regular raid. We're barking on our way to the LG.
We're barking.
We are barking to the LG Music. Thank you so much, everybody. I don't. Is LG?
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. And and I agree. Oh, Echo, your point. Come back anytime. Let me know if you want to do this again. If you have anything to promote, we're glad to do that for you. So
100% down. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you again for doing this. Let's go say hi to the LG Music. We will be raiding in just a moment. Copy the raid calls. Follow our friend LG when you get there. And and again tomorrow night, Sarah Cameron Music, 9:00 Eastern, a little bit later. And we will see you again then. But for now, good night. I'm Davey. That's Rick. We'll see you at LG. Take care, everybody. And don't forget to tune in to LG and follow. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, crap. My button to raid has gone missing.
This is the awkward part where we're still live but not raiding.
Right. No, I think I got it. Hang on. Okay. Okay, here we go.